Hello everybody, welcome to a first look video at Pylon Rogue. This is a beat-em-up roguelike that is designed around a pretty interesting combat system. It reminds me a little bit of Asura from earlier in 2017, but I think the game lacks some of the more finesse and RPG elements of that game. But there's still some interesting elements to talk about here, and we're going to get into it. At the start, you can choose from 3 different characters. We have the Money Din, the Rock, and the Sure Shot. And of course, each class has different skills, a difficulty rating, and stats. As a further little treat, each class also has a different variation, or multiple variations, I should say. So come over here. And that's pretty neat. I believe the game is not out yet on Steam, and I just want to double check that while I'm talking. But Pylon Rogue is a game. Oh, it is out. My mistake. So it did come out as of a few days ago at the time of this recording. And the levels are procedurally generated, but it's more of a very loose generation. We're talking very wide areas, nothing unique in between them. We'll probably do at least 2 runs, considering how quickly you can die in this one. But we'll see what happens. There's not much of a story, at least from what I could see, other than we are battling bad guys. I'll take that. So we run across our little map here. The goal is we have to unearth 4 pylons. That opens up the boss, as you can see right there. In each area, we have a number of rooms, which is represented by the doors, and the treasure chests are locked chests that will require keys. If you look at the top, you'll see my health, which does not regenerate after combat, as well as 4 scrolls. Each character in the game has 3 abilities: the basic attack, a defensive move, and then your quote-unquote ultimate attack. And the ultimate attack will consume a scroll. Now, we picked up, luckily on the map, a blue artifact, which gives us a permanent bonus, and these will stack. Now, the feel of combat, I will say, is quite nice. You have your basic attack, and you can chain into a heavy attack, which you can then chain into a second heavy attack. You can also just chain them as well by holding down the button. It's not going to be, fighting game amazing, but I think it has a nice feel to it. However, once we start hitting enemies, you'll notice a few problems. Here they come. The enemies go into they fall into the philosophy of they can basically attack you through your own attacks. Unless you can get a stun move. As you can see, that zombie-looking guy did hit me, even though I was in the middle of my combo string. And because your health does not regenerate, that can lead to some trouble. Now, when you're using your evasive attack, you are immune. But I would like to have seen enemies have a tail before they attack. So that I know to actually do my evasive. Otherwise, it just seems like I'm taking damage and there's no way to avoid it. Alright. I just got something there. Yeah, that's not good. I should be able to stun them if I get the first attack. Or the enemy should be giving me a tell as to when I should be dodging. Remember, it's these little things that can really add up to hurting a beat-em-up or action game. If you notice, the bar underneath drains when I'm using my evasive. Also, there is no lock-on mechanic here. can turn on notifications. Get down there, you. Is that everybody? Also, there are items that can slow your movement speed down. I really don't recommend you getting them. It would also be nice if the game would actually show me where the last enemy was. Wait, I see something. Oh, I see a few somethings. This has to be the main room of the dungeon because of the little treasure altar that we walk through. Now, enemies will sometimes drop parts, but it's very rare. Just punch him right in the back. Jeez. There we go. There's our treasure chest. If we clear every room in a dungeon, we'll get a bonus super chest. Like I said, the procedural generation is very basic. And you can always tell that when the game builds very, very wide arenas. Huh. What was that? Something just happened, and I don't know what. It's based on movement? I don't know how I start. That's weird. I don't know what that is exactly. Is it one of these things? These are the charms we unlocked. Enemies no longer block your movement. I don't think I picked these up yet. I wonder if that's just if you are running in one direction long enough. Oh, that must be your movement system, just to make sure that we're not taking forever to run. Alright, so that's good. But as I was saying, you can tell when a game uses very basic procedural generation when it features very wide rooms. And I can regenerate my secret, or my special weapon, by finding scrolls. I'll take that. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to open this chest. No. I just wonder if a block would have helped out here. Run, Rock, run. It's always better to start running, or I'm sorry, start rolling, to try and avoid their first attack that you can't really stop. The gems I'm picking up are currency, by the way. Anybody else want to punch you in the face? Alright, there's our first heart. And did not really give me a lot back, as you can see. And this is where no lock-on can also hurt. Back here. Now, our ultimate goal is to get the exit door, which is going to be hidden in one of the remaining rooms, which, as you can see, is 5. Run, man, run. just wonder if a map would have ultimately been better. Again, just very basic in terms of its level design. And by the term final weight, I can only assume that a layer areas will throw multiple groups of enemies at you. I don't care if I can see, I'm just gonna punch everything regardless. Good news is we got the exit. But again, there's always more to explore. Jeez. That's a pretty crazy amount of enemies by the fact that I can't block and easily dodge them. And if you run out of health, it is game over. And enough. Yeah. That is not good design, I'm afraid. If I'm attacking, I should be able to stop them from doing their action. Alright, but let's switch to a new class, just to see we can mix things up. Oh, guess we have to go back to the main menu. I like the idea of having unlocked items like that. That's always a great thing for these kinds of rogue designs. But if the basic gameplay is not working, it's not going to help. So let's see if we can do anything better this time. Let's see what we can do with her. Oh no, never mind. That's going to be fun to aim. You can only aim by your movement with WSAD, not with the mouse. That's going to lead to some nightmares, I'm sure. Oh, God. This is going to get painful very quickly. Yeah, I'm unfortunately not enjoying this one as much as Usura. The feel of combat is so important in a game like this, and I'm just not getting a good feeling from it. And while Usura's procedural generation was also on the basic side, they made up for it by the variety of items you could get, and of course the procedurally built skill trees. Well, I cannot wait for a room full of enemies to come running at me. is. Let's see what this does. Okay. As you can see, there's no targeting reticle to let me know where I'm actually aiming. I mean, I want to see more like beat 'em up or hack and slash roguelikes. But again, when you're building something like this, it's the finer details that will doom you if you get them messed up. Again, no tells when enemies are about to attack. I can see this being game-breaking once you get the levels high enough of your weapon, but getting to that point of survival just seems very unlikely. There's one of my special scrolls. Again, very basic enemy patterns. I've noticed that little bugs have a tell. You can see like a little halo around them when they're about to attack. So why don't the larger enemies? Yeah, in all honesty, this is just going to take way too long for a video. Let's try the third and the easiest class, just to get our full look. So I unlocked his secondary weapon. Let's try it. I mean, there's some good ideas here, but I'm just not enjoying the base mechanics. And when you can't get that, unfortunately, it just ruins the rest of the game, I'm afraid. Let's go to the shop, and I can at least show you guys some of the things you can buy. So obviously you can buy health items, ability scrolls, treasure keys. There's our artifacts and relics. And the purple is actually new gear. So obviously that's going to be the most expensive to buy. Alright, what do we have? Just as I said, equipment very powerful there. Alright, so nice. We have a dash. So his charge doesn't like just throw his shields out. Not bad. Wait, can I open this from right here? Need shield. Come on, I thought I hit you. Room for scrolls. Well, I'm sure we'll get more very soon. Oh. I'll activate his super and we'll see what that does. Oh, so now we're getting some waves. Captain America powers activate. Oh, come on. What the heck was that? I don't think my charge actually hurts them. And the same thing, I have invulnerability frames while I'm doing my defensive move. So they really pushing the fact that you should be just constantly using defense. Thankfully, this place only has 3 rooms. Get away from me, you. So it's nice that the various classes control differently. They have little different quirks to them. So like I said, there are some good things to Pylon Road. But I'm just not enjoying the combat. It doesn't have that same, like, meaty feel to it, like Asura and more competent action and beat 'em up games have. The fact that the enemies are not reacting when I'm punching them is a major tell. There's our exit. But I don't really think I can fight anymore. Oh, shield. Yeah, I can't even see what hit me there. Key. But can we survive long enough? Okay, now that certainly is going to help us go. But that is just more luck rather than skill. Get away from me. We'll definitely go to that chest if I can survive. It would also help if we had actual moves that kind of synergize between our defensive and our offensive actions. There's our chest. And we got a bunch of sparkly goodness. Alright, where's our last door? And again, we'll get a super chest for surviving. Ow. You're no match for my bouncing shields. Completing the area, we get a bonus chest, and this is the one that will usually have the good stuff in it. Look how big it is. Alright. I don't know why we keep getting the orange. Let's pick that up. And the shops will recycle their goods every time you beat a level. There's our pylon. So let's head to the shop. Let's see. Take that. Okay, movement speed, more movement speed. The blue artifacts, or blue relics, I think stack. Slow time. The best defense is more defense. We'll take that. Something tells me if I'm going to survive, we're going to need some items. And that's that. We'll see if this is the missing link that will get us through. Looks like my armor's changed a little bit, but it's hard to tell because we're now in the light. Like a little dong noise when they're smacking their shit. Again, still no tells when these enemies are about to attack. There's our attack step off. Super spinning action there. Let's hope we can get some more health. Come on. Oh, it hit me that time. Die. Stun them. Oh. Where's the health? The fact we're not getting health drops again is very concerning here. And I don't think there's a way to buy health potions. Let's activate it. I don't even know what hit me in there again. Oh god, if I would have died just as I was picking up that health, I would be very, very annoyed there. Alright, we're walking it back. Okay, that's not good design. I'd rather have consistent health drop than being random in a game like this. Because look at the difference. we've gone from 10 points of health all the way back up to full. Oh, that's not the right way. If we can take this somehow to the boss fight, that will be our end point. Or if I die again, whatever comes first. Oh. What the heck was that? Alright, so this is going to be the final room, and it's better be where the exit is, because we haven't found it yet. Alright, that's one. I may be immune when I'm doing my spin, but it's really hard to tell. Oh. Now here's a question. How long do hearts stay on the field? There's our last wave. Now we need to get our big old chest, though. Run, Minus, run. Well, it's definitely the best we've done so far. That's two. What do we have now? Grab that. Skeletons. Bleed. Yeah, I don't want to go for movement speed weakening. That just seems like a recipe for failure. Anything better? I already have that. Alright, we'll grab Lizzie's axe. Let's see what we got here. And that takes care of that. So you pretty much have to go back to the shop after each battle just to be able to get the stats and hopefully gear you need to survive. Alright, so we have 6 to do again. Get away from you. of health, thankfully. God. 2. Takes care of that. I don't like where this is going. Cool. It seems like I'm getting my health back. Did I get the item that gives me life recovery? Oh, we've unlocked a new item for future play. Alright, so we have one big chest I can use a key on. Where are you? Where are you, I ask you? Come on. Guess we're going the scenic route. Oh my god. It's shield time for this. This wave's gonna be worse? That's the big question. Die. We won't pick that one up just yet. And you know what, for the final area for this run, we'll just skip through it just to get as quickly as possible. Again, I'm hitting them, they should not be able to attack me through my attacks. That's always a sign of a bad action design, I'm afraid. If I was able to get to them in time and stop them, they shouldn't be able to attack me. Oh my god. You may have to call this one early. This is a full health. There's only 2 rooms left. Yeah, let's just move on because the combat is just way too floaty, I think. Yeah, I know death happens. Oh boy. I just got a very bad feeling of how bad this boss is going to be. Anything good here? What about here? And I will take... I think that's it. Alright, let's push through this and see what this boss fight's all about. Oh, that ain't good. Seven doors. I can't see them attacking off screen when they don't have a tell. Oh, good. The boomerang has to be targeted. Wow. These are just not good design enemies. They can hit me when I'm close enough to them to stop them. Like right there for massive damage. Let's hope we get a health. Again, I can't even see when they're about to attack for the most part. I don't think that's going to be enough for it. How many oranges are we going to find? I think this is going to do it, folks. Oh, boy. Yeah, unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to give Pylon Rogue a thumbs down. It's just too floaty in terms of mechanics, and there's just not enough here in terms of basic action design to give you the edge, or at least give you some chance at winning. And if you're looking for, I think, a better combination of ARPG and Rogue, definitely take a look at Asura, which is the game based on Indian mythology that I looked at earlier this year. So Pylon Rogue is out right now, but like I said, you saw how not so refined it is in terms of its combat. But we'll end things here. So thanks so much for watching. If you're new, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Check back for daily discussions on game design here and on Game Wisdom, where we examine the art and science of games. Until next time, have a good night.